At least 700 chemical processes in your body require a healthy level of magnesium to function correctly. Magnesium is a predominant mineral that keeps different parts of the human body running, and none of the human cells can function without it. Despite this fact, the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey reported that most people in the United States do not have sufficient magnesium content in their daily diet. With that being said, there is a high chance that a lot of symptoms that you may have been ignoring are, in fact, a sign of magnesium deficiency. To point you in the direction of all symptoms you should be watching out for, here are 12 signs that your magnesium levels are dropping below healthy levels, and the best steps to get back in form. You definitely want to stick around for the number one symptom on our list. It is bound to be a shocker. To begin, number 12 is one that you most likely have not taken seriously, and that is muscle spasms and cramps. While a lot of the symptoms of low magnesium are not always obvious, this one is a highly common and pronounced symptom of a lack of magnesium. If you experience persistent spasms and cramps, this is a major sign of dropping magnesium levels, especially if you have already tried other forms of treatment to get rid of these cramps. As a result of lowered magnesium levels in the body, nerve cells develop a depolarized electrical threshold. This turns them into little hyper-excitable monsters that manifest as the cramps and spasms that you feel. In more severe cases, if the decline in magnesium levels gets to the central nervous system, it could cause seizures. You probably did not think magnesium was this important to your body. Well, sit tight, because there is more to come. While number 12 had to do with restlessness, the number 11 pick is numbness, or a complete shutdown of the hands and feet. As we mentioned earlier, cells cannot thrive or even survive without magnesium. Magnesium is a mineral that helps the body properly give off certain nerve impulses. So, without a sufficient supply of magnesium, you may feel numbness or a tingling feeling in your hands and feet. Sometimes it may feel like parts of your fingers and toes have gone dead. If you experience this particular symptom, then it is important to immediately check your magnesium levels and adjust your diet to have more magnesium content. We'll get to the diet part shortly, so don't go anywhere yet. Number 10 is a symptom that could be connected to a couple of things, but magnesium deficiency might just be the perfect place to start. And it is consistent fatigue. Of course, working 40 hours a week, pursuing a side hustle, and staying up late to catch up on your favorite shows could be making you unnecessarily tired and lacking energy, and that is understandable. However, if on the other hand you've been intentionally trying to get more rest and still do not feel energized, then your magnesium levels may have fallen below healthy levels. The cells in the human body are powered by adenosine triphosphate. And for this element to do its job, it must bond with a magnesium ion. So, without getting your daily dose of magnesium, your cells will not be able to generate any energy, hence manifesting as fatigue and lack of energy, amongst other things, even when you have been getting proper rest. Speaking of rest, our number 9 pick is trouble sleeping. Have you ever heard about the GABA receptors? GABA is short for gamma-aminobutyric acid, and it is a neurotransmitter that gives the brain clearance to go to rest, which allows you to sleep. Like most of the cells that we have mentioned so far, these receptors require a healthy level of magnesium to work exactly how they were designed to. So, if you start running short of magnesium, you may find yourself having difficulty resting properly, let alone sleeping. So, to keep both you and the rest receptors at full functionality and get your well-deserved beauty sleep, you may want to keep an eye on your magnesium levels. Stick around to the end of the video for the best recommended ways to up your magnesium levels. In number 8, we've got weakening bones. While the two are closely tied to each other, there is a common misconception that calcium is the only mineral that keeps your bones strong. Well, calcium also needs a healthy amount of magnesium to do its job accurately. Did you know that your bones take up a whopping 60% of all the magnesium in your body? So without proper consumption of magnesium, you may suffer issues with your bones and skeletal system. As a plus, you also get to build stronger muscles that support the bones. Our number 7 pick is one of the most common global health problems you could possibly think of, and that is high blood pressure. For a condition that is recorded to have cost the US government an annual average of about $131 billion and take the lives of more than 670,000 people, it is a little weird that a simple magnesium boost could help turn the situation for hypertensive people. What do you think the blood pressure percentage difference is between people who do not have a healthy magnesium level and people who do? It is neither 40 nor 50. But according to the study by the University of Minnesota, as high as 70% of women with higher magnesium levels had a lower risk of suffering hypertension issues. Magnesium helps the body release more nitric oxide. This is an element that plays a major role in relaxing the blood vessels, hence stabilizing your blood pressure. So if you begin to notice a sudden increase in blood pressure, then you may need to start by upping your magnesium consumption, as well as lowering your sodium consumption for the best result. The number 6 sign is very specific to a group of people, and it is pregnancy discomfort or complication. This one is a lot simpler than you might think. A study brought a couple of pregnant women together and found that women who took an extra step to keep their magnesium levels on the high experienced far fewer complications during the course of their pregnancy and eventual childbirth. As we have been saying since the start of this video, magnesium is essential for cell function and several nerve impulses. And considering that an entire human being getting formed in a pregnant woman's womb, pregnant women may experience very low magnesium levels and need extra effort to keep it on a healthy high for them and their unborn children. So if you begin to notice certain issues getting into more formative stages of your pregnancy, then you certainly need to check that your magnesium levels are stable enough. Number 5 is also specific to the female gender, and there is a high chance you have never considered it. The number 5 sign is period-related imbalances. Ladies who experience extreme hormonal imbalances before or during their period may need to pay more attention to their magnesium levels and intake. As your body produces more estrogen and progesterone, the magnesium levels will continue to dip. So if you have a consistent monthly battle with premenstrual syndrome, which is the name for symptoms women can experience in the weeks before their period, or if you have other severe hormonal struggles, you can now win the war by just getting a higher magnesium level at the early stage of your menstrual cycle before you begin to experience symptoms. Number 4 is something a lot less common, and that is the calcification of the arteries. This is a symptom that is very specific to certain mineral-related issues in the body, including low magnesium levels. It is also one of the more severe symptoms that is a huge red alert for your magnesium levels and must be handled with immediate effect. Calcification is an unhealthy pileup of calcium in and around body tissues, and it can happen as a result of poor magnesium levels. It usually first manifests as chest pain before evolving into more serious conditions. This is a symptom to keep a very close eye on, as leaving it to tarry could expose you to worse problems like heart attacks, heart failure, and other coronary illnesses. Our number 3 pick is something a little different, and that is heartburn. If you are on any form of medication and find yourself experiencing heartburn, then you need to check that those drugs are not actively drowning your magnesium levels. We do understand that there are a lot of reasons why you may occasionally experience heartburn. Be sure to check out our full video to find out more about heartburn with the link in the description below. Nonetheless, some drugs are designed to increase acidity in the body, and they do this by killing the magnesium levels. And you may notice this by the weird sensation in your chest area. There is not much of a cause for alarm in this case. You may just consider stopping the use of these drugs and find ways to get your magnesium levels going again. We are getting closer to that, so stick around. You also do not want to miss out on the number 1 symptom in today's video. This one could completely change your life. In number 2, we have digestive complications and constipation. Apart from your muscles and brain nerves, magnesium also helps to relax the digestive tract. So if your body does not get the sufficient amount of magnesium that it needs to sort its many issues, then your digestive system may be worse for it. This could lead to a lot of digestive issues, including constipation. If you experience constipation without external causes like stress or overeating, your best bet to get free flowing again would be to get some magnesium in your system. And at number 1 is one that has probably plagued you long enough, and that is anxiety and depression. If this surprises you, that is quite expected. Depression could be a nutrition and mineral-related issue. Magnesium is a major player in keeping the mind and body relaxed, so without sufficient magnesium in the body, the processes and elements that are to keep the body stable are very little or completely non-existent. Furthermore, magnesium ions keep excitatory ions like calcium and glutamine from setting off the NMDA receptor. Otherwise, this could cause cell damage or death in the long run, which is very bad news for the brain and your mood. If you discover a feeling of apathy, numbness, or just a general lack of excitement, then you may need to step back and boost your magnesium levels to start with. Alright, before we conclude, here are some of the best ways to boost your magnesium levels. As you would expect, the best way to get your magnesium level going is by naturally adding it to your daily diet. Thankfully, there are a lot of rich foods with enough magnesium for you. Ranging from green vegetables to whole grains, fruits, legumes, and cereals, you should not have a problem selecting from this wide range of options to design a pleasant and healthy diet plan for your daily magnesium needs. The recommended daily consumption for adult men is set around 400 to 420 milligrams. For adult women, between 310 and 320 milligrams is the recommended daily dosage. However, this number is much higher for pregnant women, who need around 350 to 360 milligrams of magnesium daily. Thankfully, this should not be difficult to come by, as magnesium-rich foods are not difficult to come by. For example, just a half a cup of boiled spinach can get you as much as 78 milligrams of magnesium. So, with proper dietary planning, you can easily meet this daily quota. Now, for people who may just struggle with absorbing the magnesium in these dietary offerings, then you could go for supplements. If you have underlying conditions that may also be affecting your magnesium levels or absorption, then it is important to see a physician for the proper recommendation of supplements that will not further complicate your situation. If you found it helpful, be sure to like this video. Also, subscribe to the channel and check out other health-elevating videos. For now, there's one on screen that I'm sure you will love. We'll catch you in the next video. See you there.